agent called and said, I'm having a script delivered to your house. A new script by Whit Thomas Harris called Golden Girls. It arrived at my house. The messenger brought it to the door. I took it out of the envelope. I looked at this script, and I said, I could just tell from the way it looked, just on the outside, this is a hit. I know this is a hit. And I started reading. Well, I called my agent back and I said, oh, I really do want to audition for the role of Blanche. She said, they're really almost decided on Betty White, but they want you to come in and read for Rose. Oh, I said, but I'm not a Scandinavian nitwit. I'm a Southern belle. That's what I know how to play Blanche. I didn't really know how to play Rose. I didn't have a feeling for Scandinavia, for coming from Minnesota. So I went in, and Jay Sandrich, who directed the pilot, listened to me read Rose with the casting director, or I don't know who they get at NBC to do that. And he said, would you do me a favor, rather unorthodox? Would you take the script down the hallway and step into one of the spare rooms and look at the role of Blanche? And I said, well, if you insist. So, I practically had it memorized. I came back and I read Blanche. They said, thank you. Go home. Then they call Betty and me in to read together. Well, she thinks she's coming in to read Blanche. They ask her to read Rose and me to read Blanche. And her eyes get round, just like Rose's used to do. And she said, Rose? Oh, well, okay. And of course, she did a funny job with it. And the next thing I knew, Susan Harris is calling me on the phone. She was the writer. And she said, can you help us out with B. Arthur? She just won't listen to reason and play Dorothy for us. And they had Estelle already. They hired her right away to play Sophia because she was doing Torch Song Trilogy, the play in L.A., and she was brilliant in that play. So they just snapped her right up. Then they decided on Betty and me. Now they needed Dorothy. Well, they'd seen every actress ever born by then. And I said, yes, I'd be glad to call her up and talk sense to her because I've been wanting to work with her again since Maude. So I called her. I said, what's the matter with you? Passing up the best script that's ever going to come along in your life. She said, Rue, I don't want to play Maude and Vivian meet Betty White. I said, I'm not playing the Vivian part, the ditzy airhead. Betty is. I'm playing the Mary Sue Nivens. What?
Sue Ann Nivens.
Sue Ann Nivens part, the sexy one. Oh, she said, now that is interesting. Hung up. And the next thing I knew, the three of us are called into NBC for a reading in front of everybody, you know. The room was bursting with power. And we read. And the next thing I know, we're doing the pilot.